So we got a new 200 amp service going in. It is a Monday and we are in Swansea, Massachusetts today. And this is going to be part 3 from that other video where I talked about how water was entering that SEU cable, causing the panel to rot out and corrode, which was causing issues in the kitchen circuit. So here's how I like to do my new service. I like to put a nice bead of silicone all the way around that 2-inch hub. That's going to prevent any water from entering through that hub. This is the inside of the basement here. This is where the panel is. As you can see, the bottom was all rusted and it was starting to corrode, and that breaker and a lot of the breakers were all starting to rust. So we got to take out this panel. I'm going to show you that process as well. On the taps, when I went to go disconnect the taps, I took the insulating covers off, and then there was a bunch of wasp nests in there, so that was kind of crazy. And now I talk a lot about this in my videos about the weather heads. I like to pack these weather heads full of silicone. And that's, usually I use half the tube of silicone on these heads. And that just prevents any water from following that neutral in there. It's cheap insurance, and everybody should do it. That is the old weather head. There was no duct seal, no silicone, so all the water entered there and was rotting right through the neutral. It was just causing a ton of issues. So now I got this Siemens 200 amp meter main going in. I got the meter main perfectly level. I'm going to be hand tightening all my connections, and then I like to come back and use the torque wrench, torque everything down to Siemens recommended specifications. And then what else I like to do is I like to clean the whole entire meter main out. I vacuum the meter main. I like to wipe it down with a little bit of Windex. Just make everything nice and neat and clean and professional. The meter main should not be left with a bunch of debris in there. It becomes a complete mess and it doesn't look right. And I hate when people leave duct seal and, no locks everywhere. It's just a mess. It creates a sloppy and greasy mess in there. I can't stand it. So I clean all that. I also like to duct seal that connector there, that SER connector, and then duct seal on top of the SER just to prevent any water from getting in there. Like I said, you do not want water getting in through that SER cable. You're going to be right back to square one. So now I'm on top of the roof here. I'm making up all my tap connections. I just finished them. I like to bend some nice drip loops in there. And then I got all the connections tightened down properly. And take a look at how nice this service looks. Everything is perfectly level. I got the SEU going up nice and straight. I got back-to-back 90s there. And then, like I said, I didn't like to put too much of a drip loop on those wires there because the drop was a little tight, and I was afraid of basically putting too much of a loop on there. I didn't want to strain the drop, so that's going to work out perfect. I'm going to check each leg. I got 240 between each leg and then 120 on each leg, so all our voltages check out perfectly. And now here I'm going to show you what the brand new panel looks like. Take a look at how nice that black board looks against the panel. I love it. We got all the wires stapled nicely. I got all the new breakers in there. So if you're in the Massachusetts area and you need a high-quality electrician that takes pride in their work, give us a call. We are taking new clients, and I personally answer every single phone call.